You got heart, kid. Where you from?
Queens?
Brooklyn.
Oh my gosh, ASG. I didn't even notice you were there. Thanks for tuning in to this rewind. We're watching Captain America Civil War 2016.
Banger.
Banger. My brain wanted to freaking explode watching this movie.
Yeah.
This is your favorite Captain America.
It is my favorite Captain America.
Yeah.
Really?
I did, gain a little bit of muscle
Muscle, yeah,
to
you
watch
did.
this.
Little super soldier serum.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly,
Yeah.
though, if I'm being honest, this is probably my second favorite Captain America movie. I like Winter Soldier a lot more. The tone is a lot different, but
Yes.
I think this is more of an Avengers
It is.
movie than
That's what
a
it feels
Captain
like.
America movie, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
And it was gonna feel that way. I mean, the second they had all the characters in there, but that is the start of the MCU
Yeah.
having just the world. And there was in the Civil War books, there was like certain books from characters' perspective, Spider-Man's perspective,
I
Captain
really like
America's
that.
perspective. So making this kind of Captain America's perspective almost makes it like this is his issue of the Civil War.
Right.
And he just can't sign the Sokovia Accords because he just doesn't want to be like he just doesn't want to lose his choice of or freedom of choice.
Right.
Like no threat is not big or small enough for the Avengers. Avengers can always be there.
And at the end of the day, I think everybody knows Cap's right.
I mean, yeah, the main thing.
Fucking Iron Man, literally.
At the end,
Yeah, he was kind of just he
He knew he was
second guessing.
wrong.
He knows what he was doing.
yeah.
He knows what he was
The
doing.
main thing I like Cap saying though is people with agendas change, and the United Nations, their agendas could easily change.
Oh, yeah.
They could stop the Avengers from participating in pretty much anything if they wanted to. So I mean, I think Cap's right on that front.
Okay, when I was watching this shit and Black Panther comes out of nowhere, boom, like you get the Wakanda talk before, but you're not really sure. You're like, what the heck's going on here? Or the German fucking police is going after them.
Yeah.
And that shit was fucking cool.
It was.
But the running though, like that shot is crazy.
It puts into perspective how superhumanly like quick these people are.
Yeah.
I mean, because
Like they're not Flash. They're not like the Flash, but
Yeah,
they can at least keep up with the police or like not like a car.
Yeah.
They run a
They
good
were probably-
75 miles an hour.
Man, that scene where Black Panther's just like the last claw strike, rah, and then Winter Soldier falls off his
We got a lot of action in this one compared to Winter Soldier, which was a lot more plot heavy. This one was, I think, a lot more action oriented. We got a lot of. It was kind of slow at first. We got a lot of story building, but as soon as they get to like the airport and even like the GSG-9 chase you just mentioned, it was just like full send from there.
Yeah.
I think, which another reason I do like this movie.
The plot does kind of like kind of just unfold towards the end because then it's like he wanted it because then you kind of get the twist of like the super soldiers, there's a lot there, he's going to revive all these super soldiers, there's like 5 of them, they were better than Bucky, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Then it's like he just wanted to show Iron Man that Bucky killed his parents.
And I'm glad you bring that up because it's like, how flimsy is that plan?
Really?
Iron Man had to get that information from Sam. How do you know that Sam's gonna get captured? How do you know that Iron Man's gonna go have that conversation with Sam? How do you know that Sam will then turn on Captain America
He's Zemo.
to tell you that Captain America is wherever?
And Zemo. He was the puppeteer.
He was, and he said it was
Yeah.
over a year. I always thought it was an okay plan. I really liked Zemo as a character, but this really does seem like something beneath him. Because usually he is just a Captain America villain, but he's also like the leaders of the Masters of Evil. Like all these like super villains, not just regular motherfuckers. They're like super villains. So seeing him just do this whole like tactical, like in the shadows, like preparation thing, it was a different take, but I think it was handled pretty good.
Julian, who was the biggest standout for you?
Captain America. I mean,
I was gonna say T'Challa.
So I ask you, as both warrior and king, how long do you think you can keep your friends safe from me?
This is our first introduction to T'Challa. Also, our first
I
introduction
forgot,
to Spider-Man. Also, like a good 15 minutes,
too.
even though he was horned in, like Chan was saying earlier. Like, they didn't really know he was gonna be there. I don't really like his suit in this movie.
I mean, if you want my opinion, I could care less about the suit, but I kind of did like the Spider-Man introduction.
I loved it.
Thank you, bro.
I actually did really like it. I don't know. I didn't even feel forced. It just felt like, an
didn't,
extra
no.
player in the Civil War, shit. The introduce. I feel like that is a good way to, like, at the time that was a perfect way to push us into Spider-Man.
I could
I've
literally
always loved
fucking
it.
cry hearing you
Bro.
say that.
I just
I've always loved it.
I just think it's funny
So
because,
good.
like you were saying, we almost didn't get him in that movie.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, because they just now got the rights. Or
Yeah,
at the
that's
time. At the
Oh,
time,
yeah.
yeah.
And we'll talk about
it was
a
all
little bit
falling
more.
into play, I guess.
Yeah, that's cool.
Can-
But I
Animated.
definitely think like this and Homecoming are his strongest appearances, and this was really showing us the potential of what this Spider-Man can be. So yeah, fully fucking agree. When he shows up, I'm loving it every second.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. He's loving it.
One thing I will say, like the whole roadie thing, man, part of me really kind of wished the stakes were a little bit higher, and maybe he was like paralyzed still, but like not waking up, like maybe in a coma. Because in the comic, there's so much carnage, there's so much like death and destruction. I thought they were gonna like translate a little bit of that.
Yeah.
So you wanted him to go a little hardcore, like you might have wished like Rhodey would have lost a leg or something or some
But
shit.
yeah, and
Or like, he didn't like just come back.
well, mind you,
immediately.
in Civil War II, he dies. So I think that's kind of what they were like homaging. I thought
was
somebody
crazy.
was gonna at least bite the bullet, but
I mean,
it's
yeah,
Disney.
when this movie was coming out, I remember everybody talking about who's gonna die, Cap or Iron Man, and neither of them die.
yeah.
We do get their insane fight though.
Oh, perfect.
Like, as far as I know, it's CGI with RDJ. This is at the point where he is done doing any practical stuff with the Iron Man.
the shield shot where it's Cap's shield,
Oh, yeah.
and then Iron Man's just fucking like doing the shit from the comics.
Oh,
No, no.
yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Of
Fucking
course,
perfect.
that is.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The Clash.
Yeah, it fucking.
That's-
And
perfect.
there's
Flash is awesome.
there's
Yeah.
another shot straight from the comics when Ant-Man's riding on Hawkeye's arrow.
Yeah, so
That is
tough.
very iconic.
I actually need that variant.
Dude, but speaking of Ant-Man, bro,
Yeah.
he like at first, okay, now everybody probably had their thoughts on like Paul Rudd as Ant-Man.
I think genuinely, it's pretty good.
I really like, especially because like I was a big Ant-Man fan whenever Ant-Man came out, because I'm
Same.
like I seen like the little teaser stuff. I followed Ant-Man like closely when I was like a teenager, because I was like, ooh, Ant-Man's so dope. I can shrink down. I thought the concept of Ant-Man was just so fucking sick to see it come to life in the MCU, and that was like their next phase movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, no way, this is really happening. So I fell in love with Ant-Man, or Paul Rudd's Ant-Man, and like just to see him in this movie, and then you get the Giant Man, which was fucking sick
It was.
for the first time.
Yeah.
Dude, it's all, and all the little references they have. Empire Strikes Back, how they take down the AT-ATs and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
It's fucking sick.
It was really cool. A really, really cool addition. He was. And
Peter Parker's a pop culture guy.
Gotta remind everybody. I will say though, I always have one complaint about Ant-Man. It's not Scott Lang. It's no, it is Scott Lang. It's instead,
Hank Pym.
yeah, it's supposed to be Hank Pym. It's supposed to be Hank Pym. Usually that's the one I'm used to. How do you feel about? How do you guys feel about that?
I mean, I personally like Hank Pym's cool, but
I feel like Hank Pym would have taken the fun out of Ant-Man as
Really?
a character. I feel like he would have just been like the know-it-all. I hate Stark. Stark, I'm smarter than you.
Give it a few smacks.
Instead you have the
criminal
criminal,
turned
like-
hero. I love that.
I've always liked that.
I
too.
love that.
It's just I've always liked Hank being like the OG and at least seeing.
And they literally they give you that
do,
in
they
Ant-Man.
do, but,
like
like-
they show you that he was already doing it.
yeah.
But now we're gonna get to see the more interesting character.
And they
in
also
their
just
opinion.
make him an asshole. Like I get Hank Pym's like
Yeah,
not the
they did.
coolest. He's
I
supposed
mean,
to be like
he
Tony
is
Stark.
kind of an asshole in the comic.
Yeah, but like Tony Stark
he's a
is too.
scientist, know-it-all.
Just like Iron Man, but they make it cool with him.
So we can always like, oh, they didn't do this, they did this, but they kind of just make it work in the MCU, and that's
Yeah.
why it
They
is the MCU.
do.
Yeah, it's their universe. It's their take.
It is, but when you take core values like, i.e., Spider-Man being a solo character working on his own, and not really needing a mentor like that, it kind of like start blurring the lines. In my opinion.
Well, then that means any variant of any comic is just not allowed. That
That's
just
okay.
sucks.
That's a good point, but like they could have chose to change something different. the whole Tony Stark thing.
Well, I think that begs the question. Like, it's okay to be different. It's an alternate universe. It's not the same universe that we always exact universe that we're used to. It's their own universe, so we should be more open to it. Kind of like how a variant comic is of a certain character. Like, you're not always gonna get the same Spider-Man in each different variant of like comic book. So I think it is okay to like tweak it however you want it, but also give us like some source shit as well. You know?
Yeah, as long as they're not absolutely like flipping it on its head and just disrespecting the character, then I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
And I don't think they have. I really don't think they have. After this movie, I had to like kind of like stop doing that, like when it came out, because
I wanted the traditional Civil War,
because it's so
or
much
something
different.
Similar, but
I still loved it. I hands down loved it.
Yeah.
I had a great time watching this in theaters. It was a great theater film. And, It was fucking sick, dude. I know. Hey, y'all remember did y'all's theaters go crazy when Spider-Man
I don't remember.
came out of nowhere?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, and I will say too, Vision. I really did like Vision in this. Paul Bettany always knocks it out.
Some
the
of
park,
the
man.
best lines he delivers.
Some of the Vision missing and hitting Rhodey, and he was just like Tony Stark talking to him. He's like, so like, what's that? That's not supposed to happen.
You got
You're not
distracted.
supposed to get distracted.
Yeah, you're not supposed to get distracted. It's not supposed to happen with you. And then I think that kind of like, it's like they drop little like beginning stories. Because then he's like, oh, he probably Wanda probably had like a hold on his like soul stone, and he actually did get distracted because he was more worried about Wanda.
Bro.
Yeah.
He was actually out for blood too. You could tell if that hit,
Dude,
if
and
that
that's
hit
the
Sam,
thing.
If that hit Sam, that would have been fucking. He would have been wraps. Because Sam didn't have a huge thing of armor.
No, but it should have still had a parachute or at least something, bro. Honestly, he was
And
at
yeah,
the
That would have
time.
like no.
Why is there no Iron Man
That would have
parachute?
obliterated him because his laser literally incinerates the fucking ground in front of him. That
Yeah,
would have
what?
literally cut fucking him in half.
I'm talking about like if Rhodey had a parachute.
But he did say he's a flyer, turn him into a glider. So I think Rhodey wanted Vision to shoot him specifically in the pack. That was like actually making him fly.
Okay,
Yeah.
And then he would have glided.
Okay.
Yeah, but we don't know that.
But
That makes
We don't
sense
know.
though. No, that does make sense.
With Vision, he probably heard that and was just like,
that move that Sam pulls is crazy. He like does that front flip roll to dodge that shit.
yeah.
No, that was
Let's not
clean.
talk.
I remember seeing that.
Let's also bring up whenever Vision like curls up into a ball. And
I
runs
do.
into
I've
the
always
giant
loved
man.
that.
I was gonna say I've
loved
always loved that part.
And remember, he can change his mass or density to whatever weight to make him like however heavy.
Yeah, that's insane.
So,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
That's crazy.
Let's
Someone just flew in me.
Let's also talk about how OP Iron Man's team is, because it was a big talking point when this movie came out.
Yeah.
I love Spider-Man. I love Iron Man. Two of my favorite characters, Iron Man.
How did Team Iron Man fall? You had Black Panther, Spider-Man, fucking. You had Black Widow.
They had
Black Widow
bow and
double
arrow gun.
agented though.
Yeah.
Although she's the reason why they didn't get away. 'Cause
Yeah.
She definitely ditched the team and went to go to the jet.
We saw it coming though. She likes Cap more than Tony. I mean,
She was tough in the beginning, like that whole like in Nigeria.
yeah.
Nigeria.
Yeah, that's the scene I
Like
was
her
talking
fighting stuff.
Yeah.
So tough.
Yeah.
And okay, I'm glad you said that. Did we feel like, like we got more of like what it's like to be a super soldier in this movie? We got to see what it's like to be a super soldier. Fucking Captain America kicking a car and launching a guy back.
That was
Like,
dude. Yeah,
fucking
his stuff too is.
going
We
crazy.
saw a little bit of that in Age of Ultron, especially that beginning scene.
Yeah, but if we're talking about solely Captain America movies, we literally saw
Oh,
like
yeah.
an evolution of just like what it's like to be a super soldier.
Yeah.
So
I do like when they do
Was this
that
the
shit.
movie where he runs through the walls?
That's
too?
Winter Soldier. See,
Yeah. Okay.
wish I wasn't here in spirit, but I'm glad I was. Crossbones.
Okay, there
Frank
we go.
Grillo. Frank Grillo was a really good addition.
Returns from the building drop of the last movie.
Somehow, yeah.
He looks pretty good though. Looks
All
pretty
things
good
considered.
after all things considered. Right?
Yeah, but like for Crossbones, man, I think if they replaced him with literally anybody else, fucking a Loki variant, I think it would have been fucking like anything better.
I mean, yeah, I would have been kind of tired out seeing a low-key variant, to be
I don't know
honest.
if you
Or
really,
something
I don't know if
else.
you-
That was
I don't
a bad
know if you really-
example.
I don't know if you really meant that.
Yeah,
no,
not,
That was a bad
not
example.
low-key, but
Yeah.
I kind of get what you're saying.
'Cause there's
But
so
I liked
many people.
Crossbones, and like the return of him from the previous movie kind of gives
Yeah.
us a through line for it being a Captain America film.
True.
So
that makes sense.
I liked it.
All right, guys. Anyways, let's get into our trivia and box office.
Crazy budget for this one, $250 million.
Yeah.
Again, no marketing involved. And if they did have that Super Bowl commercial, I mean, y'all already know how
was,
crazy
yes,
Super Bowl
definitely Super Bowl.
commercials go for. So the marketing for this was definitely pushing this to like 350 million easily. But like Malik was saying, this is one of the highest grossing films for Marvel. This is $1.15 billion worldwide. So another $1 billion banger for them. Crazy. And this is the first Captain America
That's
film
opening?
to hit $1 billion. No, not opening, just the whole
Yeah.
run.
Oh,
The whole
yeah,
run.
yeah. Insane.
This is the first Captain America to hit $1 billion. So I wonder what Brave New World will be like, kind of returning for the character.
And
This did top the box office in 2016. The
Wow.
other notable
2016.
the other notable movies for us, number 7 was Batman v Superman. Deserved to be much lower. And then
Wow.
and then number 9
No,
was
no,
actually
no.
Deadpool, 2016.
oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
forgot about that.
So then Civil War was the top box office.
Yeah, number 1
Wow. Okay.
that year. So they
Wow.
absolutely crushed
Box
it. of
office
course.
Marvel?
No,
No,
the-
all
for-
movies.
for-
All movies.
Yeah,
bro.
all movies of 2016. One of the first trivia points I want to get into is how they did that chase scene
Yeah.
with Bucky and all of them.
I'm guessing a treadmill.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Your forward
guessing. A
treadmill.
high-speed camera with a treadmill.
Or harnesses that pulls them and they have to act like they're running.
There was a lot of practical stuff. Some of the running stuff is done just by the cars driving slow and them running.
Yeah,
by
that's
the
what I
cars.
was thinking.
Oh, see.
Some of it is
okay.
that. Some
That
of
makes
it
sense.
is a complete green screen built out portion for like certain scenes where he's like jumping into the car
Yeah.
or jumping out of the car
Right,
or whatever. Getting into the director's choices and all that, or kind of what the directors were saying about the film. So Joe Russo, this is another Russo brothers film. One of the Russo brothers showed up in it actually, but Joe Russo said that the most powerful shot of the film was Steve Rogers stopping the helicopter. With
Oh,
his
yeah.
bicep.
Yeah.
Was that the most powerful shot of the film? I felt like the most powerful shot of the film was like Black Panther sitting with Baron Zemo and deciding not to kill him right there.
Well,
But I don't know.
I
They're
thought
both pretty powerful.
I think that one was too, but I thought the shot where Steve first gets to the Accords and he's just looking at them, and then you have Sam on one side and Rhodey on one side discussing like if it's bullshit or not.
But
I
literally,
think
bro, fucking Captain America, literally, like, if Captain America would have let go and let fucking Bucky like fly away, it would have been over with. It would have just been like he would have
Yeah.
just gotten away. But then he literally was like that shows
Could
you
you
like,
imagine?
okay, bruh.
And then when he freaking turns the motorcycle, when he turns the fucking
How's he not get chopped
helicopter,
up in a,
yeah,
He almost
that was
did.
Captain
insane.
America nuggets.
Fuck.
That was insane. I loved that. So we were talking about how Spider-Man almost didn't show up in this. Of course, the Sony Pictures Disney deal was being struck all at the time. He was almost removed from this, which is actually, I think, a good thing. So originally in the draft, when they thought they 100% had Spider-Man, Spider-Man was way more prominent than T'Challa, Black Panther's character. He was like almost not even in it and didn't even appear in his suit. They were gonna save all of his stuff for his movie. But then it looked like the deal for Spider-Man was gonna fall through, so they had to pivot, change real quick to make Black Panther a more prominent character in this movie.
Right.
And then
Okay.
they get Spider-Man back and realize, oh shit, we do get to use Spider-Man. And then they're kind of sitting on it. Okay, let's just throw him in here, and then they do it. So I
Shit.
think to forgive the suit and all that,
Which you
like,
need to do.
which
Why
you
he-
need to
why he
do.
pointed at you.
To
I don't
forgive
know
the
if I can.
suit, like, I think
That's valid.
for what everything they had to do just to get this deal done, like it was amazing for Spider-Man to be able to show up in this film. But I think at the end of the day, it did work out better. Black Panther becoming more prominent in this movie because the themes of him when he loses his dad and then at the very end, that's what really was the heart of it for me, was him and Cap, personally.
Yeah.
So I'm glad at the end
Learning
of the
more
day.
about each other and shit. That was pretty cool.
They also were going to have Mark Ruffalo's Hulk show up in this movie, but they decided not to do that.
So that's where they came from. They were like Banner.
Yeah.
You know, then Black Widow's like, he was like, he wouldn't be on our side anyway.
Which is true.
I love that. Love that too.
No, he's supposed to be in Brave New World, apparently. No, he's supposed to show up in every fucking new Marvel movie. I swear I see something about Mark Ruffalo appearing. It's a damn shame too, because I don't really like how they've like shifted his character, especially in She-Hulk. But yeah, him being here, I don't think it would have really added anything. I think it would have just made it worse.
They decided to go with Thaddeus Ross instead, which I think was a great choice. And then of course we get him when he sits down with the Avengers and tells them they're being terrible superheroes and all that.
Well, I mean, he's Secretary Ross. Isn't he Secretary Ross?
Secretary of State.
He's like Secretary of State.
Yes, sir.
And then Brave New World, he's about to try to be the president. Wow.
Yeah.
About to get real.
Complete switch up of the character. I am interested to see how he does. I do like this Ross a lot.
Yeah.
So
Me same here. Yeah.
it's going to be interesting seeing.
Harrison Ford has some shoes to fill.
Yeah.
He does, but I mean,
But
they
he don't
didn't.
give a fuck though.
They didn't use him that much anyway in the Incredible Hulk. Because I mean, I don't know. I've always liked the character, but I mean, he's only really been fleshed out in the comics.
Is it toxic that I'm like looking forward? I'm like the biggest thing I'm looking forward to this movie is like the post-credit scene. Yeah, down the line, down the pipe.
If I did have to rate this one, I do think this is just as strong as The Winter Soldier, which I believe I gave an 8 or a 9. So I would have to give this one the exact same, honestly.
Okay. I give this one a 9 out of 10 just for the flashiness of it. Just because it's like you see like a bunch of characters. It's not really. It's like the first time you really get a bunch of characters on the screen, other than like an Avengers movie.
Same. Yeah.
And so it's like the characters are like fighting each other, and it's taking a source, well-known story in the comics and adapting it. And I think that's fucking sick. When do we ever get something like that? That was like the first time we ever got something like that. But I give it a 9 out of 10, and I just for the like I said, for the flashiness and how much fun I always have watching that movie.
And kind of to touch on that too, this was the first time, like you said, we got a bunch of characters in one sitting. So I think for what it did, I'm gonna have to give it an 8. But like without that, because it's such a loose adaptation of Civil War, like such as like paper thin, like loose. Well, not loose, but like the line is very thin.
Yeah.
But I think they still did a very good job, because like you said, it doesn't have to be like bar for bar, like the same thing. But I think they did a very good job with their interpretation of it.
And I mean, with how long that comic run is, it's literally just impossible for them
Yeah,
to do
but
it.
like at least like the core things they did in that run. I mean, they didn't even. I guess you can't really do like the whole school thing, but they didn't do the whole New Warriors thing, which I'm a real big fan of. I love the whole idea of the New Warriors, a whole new young superhero team going wrong, and then like this whole thing just like blowing up in their face. But
Speedball,
yeah, Speedball, fucking Penance,
but
yeah.
Penance, bruh. Speedball going Independence.
That's such a badass thing, bro. And I wish like one day we'll get that.
No, people aren't
Penance
ready
scene.
for that shit, bro. People will never be ready for that.
But yeah,
I'm sorry. People will never be ready for that shit.
They won't. But it'll be cool, like in a show or something, man. Like I don't know, I want to see it.
Even the show people are not ready for something. They'll fuck it up. They will fuck it up.
But yeah, 8 out of 10 for me though. Just solid movie, solid film. Don't really have any complaints except for the suit.
I probably get the same as Winter Soldier, 8 or 8.5, whatever I give it.
Yeah.
I like the groundedness of Winter Soldier more,
Me too.
but I do like the flashiness, like Zona said, of Civil War.
Also,
ASG, thank you so much for tuning in to this ASG rewind of Captain America Civil War 2016. One more Captain America, and that's Captain America Brave New World. February 14th. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna review it. But also, guys, before you leave, this percentage of you are not subscribed. Look at the cursor. Oh, yep. Hit that notification. Exactly. Do what that just did. Hit the notification bell so you are updated every time we upload. When you subscribe to Another Strong Geek, not only are you strong physically, you are strong mentally and in the soul. Mind, body, spirit, soul. Everything, ASG. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace out.